Good afternoon, first grade. It's good to have you back. I hope that you had a great Easter break with your family and friends, and you just got a good rest and able just to talk about the love of Jesus and why we have Easter. So I'm glad you're back, and today for grammar, we have something slightly new that we're going to learn with our classifying our sentences. So before we do that, let's talk about what we're going to do. So when we classify our sentences, just like we do every day, we always start with our jingles. So make sure, if you haven't already, to go ahead and pause the video and listen to your jingles, have those fresh in your mind, so that way when we do our sentence flow, that you are able to stay with me and you are able to ask your questions quickly. So go ahead and make sure that you have freshened up on your videos and you have sang your jingles. And let's go ahead and get started. So today when we classify our sentences, we are going to do the exact same thing that we always do. But we're going to talk about something slightly different. Today we're going to talk about a declarative sentence. Can you say that? Everybody say declarative sentence. Good. Declarative sentences. And a declarative sentence is actually just a sentence that has a statement. And so if you pull out your paper that looks like this that says grammar time, we took a copy of what it would look like in your English books, since you don't have those. And it actually says a declarative sentence makes a statement. And a statement is something that has a period at the end. So I'm going to the movies. That's an example of a statement. I'm telling you something. Or I might say, today we went fishing. That's a statement. So things that are not statements are things like questions, like, did you go to the movies? And you want someone to respond back. So when we talk about declarative sentences today, we are going to look for a period at the end of a sentence, because we know that's a statement. And we're going to see, whenever we're doing our sentences, and we're going to be listening for statement sentences. That way we can we're going to be able to tell if that's a declarative sentence or not. So let's go ahead and do a couple of them together. And then we're going to pause along the way, because I want you to be able to get the new or the last part of the sentence flow. So let's go ahead and get started. So first, remember, I'm going to say the sentence first, and then you do it with me. Here we go. It says, we waited eagerly for our grilled food. And we say, who waited eagerly for our grilled food? We. Subject, pronoun. What is being said about we? We waited, verb. Waited how? Eagerly, adverb. For, preposition. For what? Food. Object of the preposition. What kind of food? Grilled. Adjective. Then we say, whose food? Ours. Possessive pronoun. Now here's the new part. After we finish the sentence flow, I want you to not really yell it super loud, but kind of give it a louder yell. And you're going to say, skill check. That means we have to check our skills. So try it with me. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Skill check. That means stop and let's check to see what's going on. So first, I have to find my prepositional phrase. And we're used to that, so let's go ahead and find it. My prepositional phrase is for our grilled food. And then the second step of our skill check is to decide if it's a declarative sentence or not. So let's look. Is this a declarative sentence? Is it a statement? We waited eagerly for our grilled food. Yeah, that's telling us something. It's a statement, and it ends in a period. So all we're going to do to label it a declarative sentence is we're going to put a letter D for declarative right here at the end behind the period. And then I like to, you don't have to, you can leave it just like this, but just so I can find it, I like to circle it. So now we're done. We just did our skill check. We found our prepositional phrase and we found the declarative sentence. Now we can go to sentence number 2. Let's do it together. Several wild horses swam quickly across the river. And we say, what swam quickly across the river? Horses. Subject, noun. What is being said about the horses? Horses swam, verb. Swam how? Quickly, adverb. Across, preposition. Across what? River. Object of the preposition. The article, adjective A. All right, let's go back. Always go back to our subject, noun. So we're going to ask ourselves, what kind of horses? Wild. Adjective. So what's our question? How many horses? Several. Adjective. And we say, skill check. All right, we got two things we have to look for. Let's check them. We've got to find our prepositional phrase, across the river. And then we have to decide, is it a declarative sentence? Let's look. Is this a statement? Several wild horses swam quickly across the river. Yeah, it's telling us something. And I can look at the end, it ends in a period, so I know that this is a declarative sentence. And again, you can leave it just with a D, or you can circle it, totally up to you. All right, let's do number 3. Now this time, I'm going to go all the way through instead of stopping to remind you. So try and say it with me, all right? Here we go. The small bees flew hungrily around the yellow flowers. And we say, what flew hungrily around the yellow flowers? Bees. Subject, noun. What is being said about the bees? Bees flew, verb. Flew how? Hungrily, adverb. Around, preposition. Around what? Flowers. Object of the preposition. What kind of flowers? Yellow. Adjective. The article, adjective A. Go back to our subject, noun. And we say, what kind of bees? Small. Adjective. The article, adjective A. Skill check. All right, let's find it. Prepositional phrase. Around the flowers. Oh, there went my period. And then, is it a declarative sentence? Yes, it is. It's a statement and it ends with a period. So, declarative sentence. That's what we would say as we're doing it. So, I hope that this was helpful and I hope that you could follow along. If you need any help at all while you're doing this, please feel free to email me, call me, or rewatch this video and hopefully you can get a better understanding of what we added today. Remember, a declarative sentence is just a sentence that is telling us a statement and a sentence that ends with an end mark, a period. So, whenever you're doing that, remember to shout out, skill check, and then find your two things that you're going to check. The prepositional phrase and the declarative sentence. All right? So, good luck today. Work hard and you're doing awesome. I'm very proud of you guys. Keep it up. Bye-bye.